First, introduction. Every university has a hostel or residential college for their undergraduate students, including University Tun Hussein on Malaysia. In this project, our group has chosen to develop the UTHM hostel application system that will make it easy for the student to make the hostel registration. Next is problem background. Okay. During this COVID-19, situation prevention method need to be done is by making the system that need to be used by the user into an online system. Using the hostel registration system, the registration process can be done without need to face-to-face interaction, which apply the prevention method from the risk of spreading the COVID-19. Next is objective. Our system have three main objectives. First is to make a menu-driven system for UTHM hostel application. Second is to build efficient system that can insert, delete, update, search and display data. And the last objective is to able to apply best practice for input validation of user data.
I will present about the methodology phase. The methodology phase is one of the most important phase in developing a system. The importance of having a good methodology is to achieve the project goals and to satisfy user needs. The making of UTHM hostel application system needs to refer to the UML class diagram, which is a graphical notation used to establish and visualize object-oriented system. Beside me, there is a UML class diagram for our project. It contains 6 classes, which are login, staff, hostel, admission, register students, and lastly payment. Based on the figure, the interaction between login class and staff class is called inheritance. The use of composition arrow to convey that the sub-object will only exist if the container class exists. Okay, that means here we can see without containing the login class, the sub-objects like hostel, admission, register student, and payment cannot exist. The figure also shows multiplicity, or we call it as a cardinality, arrows between classes. Okay, for example, the admission of students to stay in the hostel might be more than one, and there are many blocks of hostels and rooms that can be stayed by any number of students. Now, I will continue about the system problem solution. The establishment of UML class diagrams with a model of input validation can be used to visualize project during the development of project to achieve the goals and to solve the problems. There is also got a problem where the user accidentally enter an invalid input. As a solution, this system will show a friendly error to the user and ask them to re-enter the right value input. And then, the Java function libraries apply is able to perform actions to solve the problems and react as a time saver during the development. Then, it is about the explanation function of the menus. The first menu in the system is login. It is enable the management residential college staff to choose whether to continue using the system by going to the login session or exit from the system. For the second menu is, it requires the user to choose either to manage the hostel room or manage the student registration or student admission or student hostel payment, and last, or exit from the system. In the next slide, it shows the menus of the registration tasks that I have mentioned before. All of them contains the same function, which are insert, display, search, delete, update, and exit to the main menu with different hidden name except the hostel payment. The only function that is not available is delete.
Assalamualaikum. I will present the Java library applied. The first one is format the date. The Java library function that is applied is Java string format of date to format a specific date and time in string data type. As for the Java package used in this class is import java.time.local datetime, which it uses to format or passes datetime objects in different formats. The second one is Java IO serializable, which admission class implements the Java serializable and also the object is being serialization. The third one is file. In file, we can create, read, and also write the file. The writing file can be used by asking the user to enter data, and it will be write into the file. And then the data can be displayed from the file line by line. The fourth one is Java array list to string. This method is used to convert and return the array list value into the string format value. The fifth one is strong exceptions. In the method such as toString, inside the hostile right returns a null variable. It will trigger a null pointer exceptions. The sixth one is Java util and IO package. Inside this package, it can access all the classes and methods in this package. The seventh one is Java regular expression. Java util regex match and pattern to create a pattern which the user need to enter using the pattern, and the match will use to indicate if the pattern is true or not. And the last one is to uppercase and compare to. To uppercase and compare to is to convert the string value into uppercase, and for the compare to is to compare two value of string and the return value either is true or false.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I will tell about the code and the output. Okay, for login, hostile register and payment hostile. So in our code, we're using the log a date, okay, current, and then this is the menu for login and exit. So when the user choose login, so they will ask for ID number and then for their password. So, for example, okay, this is the wrong one. Okay, so your ID number or both ID number are incorrect. So they will ask the user to enter again. So for example, okay, so this is when your password is incorrect. Okay, when the user put the right one, and then they will show the main menu. When the user choose the hostile room, then we go to the particular class and method. So for me, I will explain about the hostile room and hostile payment. So okay, for example, okay, hostile room, and then this is okay the output, hostile management system, this is on Malaysia, registration of hostile. So when they want to insert, okay, how many hostile details do you want? For example, one. Okay, you only one. So a setting, house number, A303, and then automatic static. This is when you display. So this is the whole one. So this is the new data. This display is according to block number. Okay, so A1, A12, A13, A14, and then A2, A21, and A20 something. Okay, so when we want to search, okay, for example for ID, okay, for example 147, and then this is what will be shown. Okay, so when we want to search for ID, and then we want to search for block number. So block number, for example, A13. So this is what we show. Okay, and then for delete, okay, so the ID number that we want to delete, for example, 453. So okay, record delete successful. So when we display, okay, there is no 453 ID anymore. Okay, and then for example, we want to update, and then for example, we want to update 147. Okay, the one that we want to update is total bed, so we want to say 12, and then we try to search. Okay, try to search using ID and 147, and then the total bed is 12. Okay, so this is for hostile management, and then for payment hostile. So for example, insert student ID D1 10032, for example. Okay, so payment 704. Okay, so we want to display. So D10032, this is the latest one, and then we have it. Okay, so we want to search for ID student. So we search for DUI 10032. So this is what we show. So for example, you want to search by payment ID. Okay, this payment ID is 498. So this is our ratio. Okay, and then you want to update. For example, you want to update payment ID 498. Okay, the new amount is 658. So this is half. So we search 498. So this is what we mentioned. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Now I will present to you for the student registration menu and input validation. As you can see here, I already logged into the system, and now I want to insert a new student data. As you can see,
how many students I want to register, I enter a wrong data and the system giving me an error message and ask me to enter a valid number. For now, I only want to enter one student. For the student details, the full name is invalid because SA and 09. The full name is invalid because the full name is cannot only have two words and cannot have a numbers. And while as for the genders, user only can enter female and male without care about the case because the gender using ignore case. And for the nickname, same as a full name. And for the number matrix cannot have a symbol and cannot have only one integer inside the number matrix. For the IC and phone number, only can have integer number inside it, and user should enter IC and number in the correct format based on the format that have been assigned in the system. We can display the data. We can see that the new data earlier have been added inside the file. And now I want to search the data of new student. If we input invalid data, the system will give an error message. Now I will input the matrix. This system will give the detail of the student. Now I want to update for the phone numbers. You can see that if I put the wrong value, it always give me a error message. Now I want update number phone, so I click 5. Now it's saying that record update successfully. Now I want to delete the data. Now it asking me to enter number matrix, and now when I enter the number matrix, it's saying that the record is deleted successfully. And when I display, the data is no longer inside the file.
Good evening to madam and my friends. Today I'm going to demonstrate the code for the admission part. This is the main menu. This one, and down here, choose number 3 for admission, and this is the admission table. So let's try display first what we have in our file. So we have Siti, Aisyah, Abdul, and Ahmad. Now I'm going to insert a new student. So I choose number 1, how many student? I just want one student, and let's say I want to create a new matric number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we have for the matric number we can put string. We can put a character at the front and number at the back. So for student number, let's say I put Syahir, and block number I put 811, and house number is 10. So it's already saved in the file. So for proof, we want to display it again. There you go. There's the Syahir name right there. This one. And we can update it also. So let's say we're trying to update. So we update, enter matric number to update, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there you go. There's Syahir. So what do I want to update? I can choose from the full name, block number, house number, or which data I want to update. So let's say full name. So student full name, let's say I want to put Muhammad Syahir. So already, so it's here record updated successfully. Let's display again, and there you go, Muhammad Syahir. You can also search also using a matric number. You can update just now the ID. You can also delete. Okay, let's do the search part first. Search part is number 3, and enter matric number. So AA 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's Syahir, and let's say I want to delete the Syahir. So let's delete it. Matric number to delete AA 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it says here record delete successfully right here. So for proof, let's display the data again. So there's no Syahir here.
Okay, we meet again for conclusion of our project. Okay, first, the hostel application UTHM system has achieved the objective that have been discussed for this project. Next, our system can only be accessed by staff and admin. Next is able to perform the task that is required to store the student detail, hostel detail, payment detail, and student admission detail. Next, the staff and admin are able to view and change the registration information by using the CRUD function. Next is necessary to use to perform any task while reducing physical contact according to the SOP given by the government. And last is highly recommend to be implemented to make the hostel registration task can be done systematically and efficiently. That's all from our group. Thank you.